What up, y'all? It's your boy Graphic, back here again with another vlog. Got a good night's rest. I'm in better spirits now, feeling a lot happier, which is a good thing. You know what I mean? Feeling that liveliness. You know, nigiyaka des. It's lively. So, yo, when white people call black people brother, what do they really mean? Let's unpack it. So, the first question I gotta ask is, if you see me as a brother, why don't you treat me as a brother? See, I've met a lot of white people who call me brother this, brother that, brother Carl, whatever. They always call me brother. And I'm wondering, is that to make me feel like we have some type of connection, or we have some type of relationship? Because people kind of try to like pawn you and trick you into thinking that you're family when you're really not. Like, I knew some white people who would always say nice things to me, but when I fell on hard times, they wouldn't even offer me shelter. They would rather see me sleep outside than sleep inside their house. And I'm like, okay, since that's how y'all are moving, all of y'all are cut the fuck off. Cut off. Snip, motherfucker. So many people have got cut off, and it makes me feel great, motherfucker. Fucking great. Because honestly, a lot of these white motherfuckers don't really deserve your peace of mind or your grace or the things that you have to offer them. And I really gotta ask, if you really see me as a brother, why don't you treat me as a brother? Because I've met a lot of white people who use this word brother, and it seems like that's just not what it is. It's like, I'm gonna call him brother with a hard R because I can't say the other word, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna call him brother, and eventually he'll get the point. You know, that's how white people be trying to dismiss black people and, you know, just be disrespectful without being, you know, direct. Because white people are very passive aggressive. They'll do shit behind your back, but they won't do it to your face. A nigga will run up on you and just shoot you in your grill for talking shit. But a white person will send a hit out on you. You know what I mean? They'll tell you you're gonna take a long walk. See, some people be low-key throwing shade, substituting the word nigga for brother. And like, let's unpack this, man. How many times for my black people out there, even if you're only like a quarter black or like half black or something, how many times have people called you a brother and it really felt like they were trying to say, you know, nigga? Like, this one white boy said, I'm gonna wipe the smile off that Tigger's face. And I'm like, damn, did this motherfucker just say he gonna wipe the smile off that nigga's face in subliminal? Like, that's how white people really be talking. That's how white people really be talking. They be saying some shit and they try to disguise it in like the guise of good friendship or good vibes or good relations. But they really be saying some shit that's fucking low-key disrespectful. And it's like, yo, if that wasn't my brethren, I honestly would have deaded the whole friendship right there. I would have just, like, honestly, some other white boy tried that shit with me, calling me his vinegar and shit, and I had to get rid of him, bro. I had to get rid of him. That motherfucking cracker, you know what I mean? Like, he's crackhead, you know what I mean? Like, he out here doing drugs, doing dope, snorting shit, doing all type of fuck shit, and he trying to talk to me about vinegar. Nigga, I never knew I went so good with fish and chips. Shit. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? I should have known from a long time ago that that's how y'all white people be talking. But like, that's how it gets when, you know, the white people get overly comfortable with the black people. Like, you act like, you know, my whole history and my whole civilization and my whole culture wasn't destroyed for the prosperity of your race. You act like it didn't happen. nigga, I can't find any texts or any African texts or any old ancient knowledge that black people would have loved to have these days. We can't find none of it. You want to know why? Because the white man perverted it, indoctrinated it, changed it, rewrote it. Just like the Bible getting rewritten 9 times, and that's only by the Council of Nicaea. But then you think about what happened to the Bible before the Bible. What happened to the African Bible? What did they take away? What did they get rid of so black people wouldn't be able to find their light or their peace? Why did they make it all white Jesus? And Jesus was a dark-skinned 5'4" man. Where did this white Jesus come from? I really need to know, because this indoctrination, this mental enslavement they have black people under, it needs to stop, because this shit ain't right. Like, yeah, y'all already took over the whole world and invented y'all white supremacy and all that. Y'all got everything you wanted. It's time for you to give the black man back his peace of mind and his space and his right to be. Don't call me brother if you really don't see me as a brother. Don't call me brother if you ain't gonna treat me as a brother. Don't call me brother because you trying to low-key call me a nigga. See, when Andrew Tate says brother, he gets a pass. You wanna know why he gets a pass? Because that motherfucker moved like a real nigga, bro. He moved like a real nigga. That Tate speech shit, he moved like a real nigga, bro. He ain't playing about nothing. He ain't playing about nothing. You wanna start a fight with that motherfucker, he'll whip your ass on some straight hood nigga shit. Cause he really came from that ghetto, and he really came from those starving nights, no food in the fridge, or maybe just some frozen chicken in the fridge, reheating it with some rice and all that. Yeah, I mean, like, when Andrew Tate says brother, he gets a pass, because he lived that nigga life, real nigga shit. But, I believe in the next Dexus January cycle, white people will become less racist. And for all of y'all who are illiterate, Dexus is the plural of Dex. Dex means 10. Dexus January. January is a generational cycle. Dexus January means 20-year cycle. That's what it means for y'all who are illiterate. I'm just going to slow it down because I can't be throwing big words like Dexus January in there and not giving y'all a little breakdown just for the sake of my followers. I want to lose people in the speech, you know what I mean? Like, I am very articulate. I'm hyper articulate. I'm so articulate it'll make your head bleed. So, let me just be accurate and define some shit before I just start throwing big ass words out there. But yeah, in the next 20 years, I truly believe, white people will be less racist, because the white people that are coming up right now, when they have their kids, I don't think they're gonna teach their kids all this, negativity and hatred and shit, because the racist behaviors are learned from the parents. Like, the reason why Alan is racist is because his father and mother are racist. That's the main reason why. It's just the way it is. You can't trust the lawyer to not be racist. They make their profit off of black misery. So of course it's a racist structure and a racist cycle. For James, Paula, all those people. You don't know who I'm talking about, but if they watch this, they gonna get the point. You know what I mean? I already knew y'all didn't like a brother. I already knew y'all couldn't stand my nigga skin or my cocoa butter smell. I know y'all didn't like me. I know. But I gotta make it clear that I don't give a fuck. Live your life. Be racist. Be flippant. Be facetious. Do whatever you want to do, because I don't have the time to be coming around giving y'all my energy. Y'all are trash. Now, bringing up another question we gotta unpack. Do white people actually like black people, or do they fear us? See, this is a double-edged sword. See, because I believe on one side of the sword, white people really like us and they willing to pick up a bat, or they really willing to, swing for a nigga, you know what I mean? But there's also the opposite side of that, where, you know, where white people fear you. And this happened with Elliot, Karen, Andy, CJ, and Alana. But they tried to overdose me and kill me on a rooftop. You can watch the Dark Story Time, it's on my YouTube. But they tried to overdose me and murder me over a rumor. And when something gets that deep, it's literally deep-seated cycles of white hatred and white entitlement. Just to think you can take some nigga off this, you know, rock. And I don't mean to call myself a nigga, but, you know, I really like that word. So they wanted to take this nigga off this earth, punish me, hang me, lynch me in whatever way they could. But they weren't so aggressive that they was going to try and do it physically. They was going to do some covert shit, some covert narcissist shit, and try to trick me into killing myself, because they wanted to be able to beat the charge just in case it came back to them. And everybody knows it would have came back to them because their fingerprints were on the bottle as well. I don't know everything that happened that night, but I remember a good amount of it. If you want to know the story about the overdose and how they tried to kill me, watch my Dark Story Time. Fuck Alana Paroff. This bitch sat next to me in Don Mill Station a couple of years ago, and she sat next to me and started looking deep into my eyes. And I was and I didn't know who the fuck it was. And I look over and I'm like, Alana? And this bitch started talking to me. I can't remember what she said for the life of me, but at the end of it, I was like, yo, give me a chance to talk to you. Give me a chance to call you, and we can squash our beef. And then she told him something about, oh, I don't give my number out. And it's like, okay, well, if you want to skip that opportunity to squash the beef politely, I'm just going to keep blowing your shit up on the internet until you send some more crackers to come kill me. Go call the whole KKK. Shit, call ICE, bitch. Go call them. Let them cross the border and come over here to murk a nigga. I don't give a fuck. I'm saying my truth and I'm speaking my truth. Why the fuck is you looking in my eyes like you trying to look into my soul and shit like a nigga forgave you or not? Of course I didn't forgive you, bitch. I almost died. What the fuck you really think this is? I know everything about that situation except what you said. And that is God's blessing, because I don't need to know what you said. I don't need to know what she said. Just some crazy cracker. Like, that's just how it be. You know what I mean? Some of these white people, you just can't be trusting them, man. They got salt and butter on the both sides of their cracker, man. You know what I mean? You can't be trusting the white people, bro. You can't be trusting them. If you black, it makes more sense to go for a black person. I feel like any black man who really goes for a white woman, I feel like he has mental health issues, because like I have my own mental health quandaries, but like when it comes down to it, like I feel like you believe you have like some type of like responsibility to be with this white bitch because she enslaved your whole people or something. But when I see black men with white women, it just makes me think they have a mental health illness. Like, that's just how I feel these days. When I was younger, I didn't feel that way as much, but as I got older, I'm like, nah, this nigga crazy, bro. Why you with this white chick, getting along with her white family, paying her bills, giving her an extravagant lifestyle? Nigga, her people exterminated us. Her people exterminated us. Like, that's a mental health issue. Take it how you want to take it, but I feel like it's a mental health issue. So, is it a black man's responsibility to baby white people into being unracist, or in other words, tolerant? My answer is no. I don't believe I have to baby you into submission, into feeling like, oh, you gotta be nice to black people and shit. Is it a black man's responsibility to make white people realize the error of their ways? No, it's really not. It's a white person's responsibility to see that error and correct that flaw, because that's y'all biggest generational curse. Y'all biggest generational curse is that y'all think y'all perfect, and that y'all shit don't stink, and that y'all are just these beautiful divine creatures that always ran the earth. I have octopus ink in my skin, bro. I feel like black people are way, way, way deeper in this bitch. We came a long time before. And it might have only been the black people who ran away from warm climates to go explore, and then ended up in a colder climate And over cycles of years with less sunlight, I feel like the black people who were black became white and lost their strength and durability because they were up there living in the mountains for several generations. But if I was to really break it down, I think everybody started black, like jet black. That's just the way I feel. And I feel like that's something that might have been removed from history, but that's just the way I feel. My intuition tells me there might be something to that. So, when you give a white person the N-word pass around you, is it because you're submissive or accepting of all cultures and creeds as one people? See, I've given a couple white people the N-word pass, and it's not to submit to them. I really think, like, if you're a white person and I let you say nigga around me, if I let you rap along to the lyrics fervently, and if I let you say nigga, if I let you, then I believe it's like we all one people, we all one color, we all one creed. But I believe there are some black people who let any white person say whatever the fuck they want around them because they secretly trying to submit to that black person, to that white person. You know what I mean? Pardon my grammatical error. But I believe, you know, a submissive black person gives any white person the N-word pass. And a calculated, strong black person who actually sees all races and creeds and colors as one people, regardless of how we look, sometimes you gotta give a white person that N-word pass because they just, you know, they just deserve it. Like, they lived through some hard shit. And I know Andrew Tate's not gonna get online and start talking about my nigga this, my nigga that. But if he did, I wouldn't blame him. I'd be like, shit. I was kind of waiting to hear that. Like, yeah, any of y'all ever heard Rock and Roll Nigga by Marilyn Manson? Marilyn Manson doesn't have a drop of black in his body. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But he just said this shit. And I'm like, you know what? Good job, Marilyn. Good job. Applause for Marilyn Manson. Good job. You are the rock and roll nigga. You are the rock and roll nigga. Keep going, Marilyn. Keep going. Because honestly, I love that shit. I love that fucking song. I can't stand it. I can't stand how much I love that song, but I love it. I love it. Man, Marilyn Manson's great. Marilyn Manson's great. Like, I love shock rock. I love a white motherfucker that's so shocking that it's just like, damn, you really out here and you ain't playing about shit. Nah, you get an N-word pass. You can get a hall pass, my nigga. You can get a little hall pass. You can get a little, just a little. Only for Marilyn Manson though, and Andrew Tate, and you know whoever else is cool. But like, I met everybody else as vividly as I've met those people through their content. So like, I would say, you know, like, nigga pass. Sometimes white person comes. It's like that those passes you get in Pokemon to transfer to another region after you beat a couple gyms. And like, I feel like if you level up as a white person, you beat a couple quote unquote gyms of hard life situations, eventually you just gonna say nigga. Eventually you're just gonna be like, fuck it. I'm not even that white. I'm like the other white. I'm like, I don't know how you call it. I guess since vanilla is a plain term, you got like vanilla white people, and then you got like French vanilla type people. I don't know how to say it, but like you just gotta understand there's a difference between vanilla and French vanilla. Just follow the metaphor, man. Laugh along. If you're laughing along, drop a comment, drop a hot take. If you went through some fucked up shit, drop a comment, drop a hot take. So yeah, just wrapping up, you know, being part of the Asiatic diaspora makes me feel less racist because I've seen the abuse of racism firsthand. I had a racist white bitch, you know, break my phone, call me a nigga, and she also tried to bottle a native person. Like, this white bitch was on some other shit, you know what I mean? but the native dude caught it because he been catching arrows since he was like 4 years old. Like, of course he caught that shit. But that's bad. Oh man, nah. But nah. And then my principal in elementary school called me a nigga many times, to the point my mom had to yell at her. You know what I mean? And I just been through so many racist situations in my life. Like, I've had white people literally look at me with disgust and cross the street, and I have really finely tuned glasses so I can see it nice and far. And like, these people will screw up their face and cross the street. White people do this, Asian people do this. The only people that don't really screw up their face and cross the street when you come in by is like anybody with some black in their skin. Like, if it's a white person or an Asian person, they're hella racist, bro. Like, way more racist than you'd actually be comfortable with. Like, they would push your boundaries. Like, they'd be like, nah, we gonna violate this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Because I don't believe Asian people like black people, and I don't believe most white people or most Asian people. I'm not gonna say all, but most Asian people and most black people are not, you know, getting along, and most white people and most black people are not really getting along. It's like there's the one occasional rare one, but even with that, it's not that serious. Like, there was this one shorty, one fire shorty, and I'm not gonna lie, she was white, but she was more vanilla than French vanilla. You know what I mean? And like, she was a bit too prudish, and she also lived in fucking Switzerland, so it's like, how am I gonna go all the way over there to tap that well? If you want to drink from some water, you drink water in your own city. Like, you ain't traveling across the world just to go sip some tea and fucking plow some pussy when you have other more important shit to do. You know what I mean? Like, I flight across the big, great, wide world. If I take a flight and I'm going across the world, I'm going to Japan and I'm going to Soapland, motherfucker, because I'm gonna find that shit. I know the district. I'm gonna walk around until I find a Soapland. I don't give a fuck. But nah. But you can't just be going across the entire planet just for some pom pom, just for some water. You gonna travel across the whole world like, girl, let me see your coochie? Nah, man, you gotta be honest with yourself, baby. You too far away. And I'm so glad that relationship ended. Yes, Lara did break my heart, but it was for the better, because I was way too caught up in seeing what that could have been. But I believe in my heart of hearts, if she stayed in my city for even like one more year, I probably would have locked her down permanent. But the distance didn't allow for any room for like togetherness, you know? And a couple of good mentors of mine have told me, you know, 1 hour, if she's more than 1 hour away in any direction, that can't be a serious thing. It just can't be. Like, girls think you're gonna entertain the idea of a long distance relationship, like she lives in BC or something and you live out here in Toronto. Even, like, I'm not even gonna say even that's too far. Of course that's too far. Who's catching $500 flights just to go see somebody and chill with them and kick up with them? Like, even if the flight lasts, you know, short, it's not even a long flight, but it's still not worth it. It's like, man, I ain't finna break the bank to go see somebody. That's another mental health illness. Like, in addition to black men dating white women because of the whole slave owner thing, that's a mental health illness. But also traveling across the world or traveling somewhere else to go see somebody, anybody, any race, color, or creed that's more than an hour away. You traveling across the world to go see them, you're either desperate or you're fucking desperate. Like, you're like double desperate. You're des. Like, stop being so des, fam. You gotta travel all the way across the planet just to get laid? How unattractive are you? What the fuck? It ain't my fault I found some girl in my city and knocked her down 1-2 times because I had to get some nuts out. I had to have her rip my nuts off. What the fuck you think this is? You think I'm gonna wait my whole life to get my nuts ripped off? What the fuck, bro? Nah, I'm gonna cop that shit down the street. And it's gonna come to me in a lift. Real nigga shit. But yeah, man, being part of the Asiatic diaspora makes me feel very, very much less racist. And the only time that I feel like race even comes into my mind is when I'm trying to defend that which is my mindset or my honor or that which is me as a black person. Because honestly, there are hate groups out here who will kill you for being black. It's not as easy as being white. White people have more sexual encounters. White people are seen as more attractive. White people have been deified to be like the gods of the earth. And like, people seem to forget that it started as a black thing. Like, I really believe everybody was black at one point and people just moved to different parts of the earth. I really believe it was like that. And yes, there were black slave masters who enslaved blacks and sold blacks. And yes, it wasn't all the white man's fault. Yes, there are black devils too. But it's not about hating yourself or hating anybody else. I'm just trying to bring this message to a close and to the forefront of your mind. What does it really mean to you when you call a black person a brother? Do you really believe they your brother? Are you saying it from the heart? Or is you just, you know, being some low-key snide motherfucker? You trying to call me yo tigger now? Huh. After that person said that shit to me, I had to flip it. And I had to make it like, nah, my tigger is a song now. Because honestly, that rap that I made and put into a reel on my Instagram is more so a statement saying, if you're gonna say Tigger, even Tigger, you gotta say it with love. Cause I ain't having that I'ma wipe the smile off this Tigger's face shit. I ain't having that shit. You try that shit over and over again, you getting blocked and deleted. But like I said, if it wasn't my brethren, I wouldn't have forgiven him. But it was my brethren, so sometimes you gotta let your homie have a pass. Sometimes you just gotta let him have a pass. Let that man snack. Let that man snack. Cause maybe he just wanted a bite of my energy. But it's like, whatever, like, I ain't gonna keep it to myself. I'm gonna vent this shit to the whole world and get feedback and comments and let people talk to me about how they feel. But yeah, man, that's it. That's the vlog. Have a good night, day, afternoon, evening. No matter where you at, have a good time, y'all. Peace.